Hi, I'm Joel Kreisberg, and I'm here talking with Reggie Mara about the upcoming Poetry as Healing class that we're offering at Teliosis beginning October 1st. Welcome, Reggie.
Hey, Joel. It's good to see you from across the country.
It's nice to see you too on this glorious day. And I understand that you and Leidy have done a recording about the class already. So I'm wondering whether we could actually just sample a little of the program.
Sure. It makes sense just to probably the simplest thing we can do in a short period of time is a quick poem and ask you to respond to the poem. I'll give some specific instructions, and we'll ask anyone who listens to this recording to respond too. We'll give you an opportunity to stop and do some writing following the instructions. Does that make sense? Does that work?
Sounds good to me. Sounds like you're going to read a poem and I'm going to listen, and then I'm going to write my response out.
Yep, that's it. So just real quickly, the guidelines I would give in the class, and this will be a streamlined version, would be as you listen, listen for anything. Listen for a sound, listen for an image, listen for a metaphor, listen for an entire stanza or a line of the poem, or listen for the poem as a whole. And as soon as you hear something that resonates with you, that speaks to you, that in some way brings you alive or brings you to a point of reflection, whatever it is, begin writing. You don't even have to wait until the end of the poem to begin writing. And we'll give you about 2 or 3 minutes to respond, and then we'll hear what your response is. For those of you who are listening to the recording, I'll sound a bell at the end of the poem, and I would suggest that you actually pause the recording, give yourself 2 or 3 minutes to respond, and then begin the recording again and hear us bring this to a close. So with that as an instruction, I'd like to share a poem entitled Like You. It's written by Roque Dalton, and it was translated from Spanish into English by Jack Hirschman. This is Like You. Like you, I love love, life, the sweet smell of things, the sky blue landscape of January days. And my blood boils up and I laugh through eyes that have known the buds of tears. I believe the world is beautiful and that poetry, like bread, is for everyone. And that my veins don't end in me, but in the unanimous blood of those who struggle for life, love, little things, landscape and bread, the poetry of everyone. So just take 2 minutes now and we'll come back.
Nice.
So welcome back. Joel, would you like to share what came up for you in that poem?
I would actually, and well, it's interesting. So here we go. I'm just going to read what I wrote.
Yep.
Struggling for life for everyone, poetry, bread, and love. Landscapes of my soul, lifting, singing, celebrating life and love. Celebrating love and poetry. Celebrating poetry is the bread for everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it.
Great. And I really appreciate your willingness to read that publicly. You had 2 minutes to do it. It's not supposed to be a work of art. It may not even be particularly healing in that first iteration, but this is the beginning of a process that will expand, quite significantly, and that over a period of 8 weeks with some other activities has proven to be extraordinarily healing for the participants. How did that feel for you to actually read what you had just written?
Well, it's interesting. I was going to say, I enjoyed for me, it allows me to integrate the poem in a way. It's not just listening to the poem. It's like, how does the poem move me and what do I do in response?
Sure.
And what I noticed was absent is hearing the other versions of that. So you and I have been in a coaching and healing group now for 3 years, and we meet every month, and we start each group this way with a poem. And actually, Reggie's our poet, so he reads us a poem. And then we all, often could be up to 10 people, each one of us share our responses and our reactions. And so what we don't hear in today's recording is another response. We just hear one. Yeah. But hearing a second and a third allows the poem to move us in various ways. And I tell you, the group has been very, very, very healing for me and for many of us. And I think this particular process is one that I look forward to every month.
Yeah, great. And so I would like to just a deep bow to you, because you didn't apologize or say that you didn't think it was any good, which we often do after a 2-minute writing prompt, and that's not allowed. Just you never apologize for what you write. So that's part of, one of the guidelines we'll be using. You just allow that to speak for itself. So nice job not apologizing.
Thank you. I learned from you after this.
And then just again to invite anyone who's listening to this or watching the video and listening to it, is to go to the teleosis.org and or our Facebook page. And if you actually participated in the exercise, and you can still do that when we're done, you can replay the blog, feel free to write your response to that brief reading of Roque Dalton's poem. And we'd love to see what came up for you.
Right, and you can see other responses too. I'm going to put my response up on the blog and Facebook, and we'll see. It'll be interesting to read other people's responses. So looking forward to that. So please join us as well. If the course starts October 1st, and Reggie's going to be teaching it, and I'm excited about the course. So if you go to www.teleosis.org and go to the page for Poetry as Healing, you can learn more about the course. And we've already had some enrollments at the early bird rates, so which it goes till September 1st. So I encourage you to, if you want to do some work like this, come and join us.
Sounds good.
Thanks.